Yeah, Richie, it's gonna be late. That's why I'm live now. Yeah, I'm late. Sure. Okay, let's see. Well, according to this, I got what? Ah, I'm not late. Hello. Yeah, we're on the morning brew. It's Sunday. We're starting a little early, but hey, what's going on? I hope everyone's doing well. Yeah, I'm alive a little early today. I can talk about it in just a minute. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, or good night. Wherever you are, whenever you're listening, I do hope it's a good one. Let's see here. Had some people in the chat early. Richie Poole said kapla. I was talking to Richie for a bit. And I do hope you have your coffee by now. And good afternoon, Dr. Alex. I hope you're doing well. Let's see here. We got somebody from the group. Glad somebody's actually looking at those links. Let's see here. Dr. Alex is talking. And good morning, Carla. Met her over at GMC. That's Games, Comics, and whatever. Games, movies, and comics are us, or whatever he's calling it right now. Good morning. And let's see here. Yes, Dr. Alex, that was a hint. And Richie Poole is Captain Truck going to be late. Well, let's see here. I started the music about 2 minutes and 30 seconds before I was supposed to go live, so that's a no. Good morning, Ervik Sonder. And Richie Poole with the Vulcan salute. And Aberjam UK, good morning. How are you this morning? Afternoon for you, but hey, whatever. Close enough. It's 2 p.m. there, I know. No, I was listening to stuff on YouTube as usual. Some stuff I didn't want to listen to, so I turned off. Other stuff I was listening to ended up turning on some Christmas music. Yeah, I know. Some people are thinking it's a little early, but whatever. Of course, I was listening to the old stuff. Because a lot of the newer stuff, they just I just don't like the auto-tune crap. I really don't. I mean, there was one point in time I could actually sing, and was even offered a deal to have my own album. I said no. And I'm sorry to hear that, Aberjam. I am sorry to hear that. I understand all too well. Yes. We are having a interesting time today, I hope. I have asked a few people to participate in the Christmas Eve, because I am going to be live on Christmas Eve and Christmas Day. And I am going live at my normal time of 6 a.m. Central on on the day after Christmas, Boxing Day, whatever you want to call it. It's my birthday, so yeah, I'm going live. That's how I'm going to spend my birthday. And hello, Kermit Frog. How are you? And yes, Richie Poole, some people have been celebrating Christmas since early November. Yeah, I know people that actually start celebrating it on Halloween. No, yeah, go away. Uh and Mega Cropper, I'll kicking off on Jedi's Bill stream earlier, Captain Trek. Was Jedi Bill streaming? I didn't see that he was live. Um, I just usually go on between 8 and 9 a.m. Central on Sunday. Uh, I do I have family? Yes, unfortunately, I do. Um, most of them I'd rather avoid, particularly for my birthday. Um, they'll be here for Christmas, and I'll have to put on a smile and pretend like I actually care. And yeah, yeah, Kermit, I'm aware he is. I was I don't like saying anything because that person's not here. But yes, I'm aware of that. And I also made Salty Trucker know that let him know that I'm going to be going on live at 6 a.m. on the 26th of December. It's not to step on his toes. It's my birthday and screw you. I'm going live. Oh, and since he doesn't go live until like 7, most of the people at least will have a chance to pop by, say hi before they go over there. Assuming, you know, um, that's what they want to do. You know, my thing is we're all welcome. We are all part of the community. There are going to be times we stream over each other. There's no helping it. There's only 24 hours in each day. And so, yeah, that's going to be impossible. And yeah, unless we start doing globally, where oh, by the way, you need to take the 3 a.m. Central shift. Whatever. Yeah. Oh no, it's not Stream Wars. Stream Wars would be saying, oh, this person's this, blah 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 blah. No, I may not agree with everything Salty believes. He doesn't believe everything I believe. We disagree. I disagree with Bert all the time. He's got the key to the stream, so he can come on anytime he wants. So that's it's not a dueling type of thing. Now I can't make any promises, but I am talking with people for both the 24th and 25th. And there is a possibility that there are going to be some people that aren't normally on the stream who happen to appear. Now, I'm going to go ahead, before I let Mar on, I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to give advance warning. And I will be doing this probably a few times before Uh, I hadn't planned on it, but thank you. I will be saying this a few times before then, but on the 25th in particular, anyone who gets political on the panel will be kicked. If it's in the chat, the comment will be deleted. I'm not trying to be mean. I just want to keep the holiday spirit up. And that's what it's all about. Now, I'm not usually a political channel anyhow. Sometimes, you know, sometimes the conversation leads that way, and I try to avoid it as much as possible. But yeah, on Christmas though, forbidden topic. Consider it like Genesis. Aberjam says, I think you're only one of three people who've seen it. Probably. And good afternoon, Mar. How are you?
A wonderful good hello to everyone. You had to say not getting political. Do I do that usually? I don't know. If I do, I'm sorry.
Not you. No. This is just in general. There are people that that do like some politics, and I don't usually have an issue with it. I don't usually um, end it immediately, but I'm just giving fair warning. On the 25th, no politics.
Oh, all right, all right. Well, isn't that a lucky day today? I mean, tomorrow is Nikolaus Day here in Germany, the
Cool.
day where Santa Claus comes and gives us all chocolate, so we get fat for Christmas.
Is that to fatten you up to um never mind. Uh
And so we taste sweeter for our grandmas when they come and kiss our cheeks and do this nasty stuff they usually do.
oh yes, pinch the cheeks. Yeah. And let's see here. I'm going to go ahead and send the link out to Aberjam on Discord. Um, uh,
Well, if your shoes are big enough, I usually use what's they called Stiefel.
uh, don't
Wait a
know.
sec. Boots.
Boots.
How,
Okay.
how could I forget the word boots
You
while
still live
talking
in
about
Belgium.
getting booted so often?
And Alexander used to live in Belgium, and we celebrated St. Nicholas Day.
Hey,
Cool.
BK.
And good morning, BK Dan. Ah. And good morning, Resolute Germ. What's going on? Yeah, we're just having a fun little stream this morning. Like I said, I put a new abbreviated version into the rules, but yeah, the rules into the stream. But that's just there for people's consideration. I also tried adding some new hashtags just to see what happens. It's a test. I am doing as well as can be. Thank you. And Mar?
I'm also doing pretty fine today. Little troubles with my eyes. They are rather too dry or too wet, but otherwise I'm doing good. Also doing pretty fine today. Little troubles with my
Somebody
eyes.
needs to mute the YouTube tab, but uh,
Uh,
good afternoon,
going on?
Aberjam.
Jam, you sound like me, and it sounds like you have the same
Let me
troubles
let
like
me
me.
try again.
Okay. Ah, Eric says he looks more like the Pope than the modern Santa. Agreed. Agreed. Um, or like a tall elf.
Well, well, let's be fair and square here. Santa got his red outfit from Coca Cola.
Well, no shit. I'm talking the fat, not the. I
You're
mean,
talking
I'm
the
sorry,
fat, okay?
but you know
Yeah, that
that
was because he drank all the Coca Cola.
that was a brilliant marketing move. I mean, I'm sorry. Say what you will about the company now, but back then that was a fucking brilliant marketing move. And now what is Santa in the States? In red. A fat guy in red.
If he is a fat guy. Nowadays, he could also come as a woman or whatever else.
Oh dear God. Well, not quite true, but it became more um mm, yeah, into the light of day with that. Um because people weren't drinking sugar quite as much as when Coke started gaining popularity. Coke or Pepsi.
Well, I think for Arabic, it's the same as for me. With St. Nicholas Day, we have Santa Claus coming to give us chocolate on the 6th of December, while it's the Christ child who comes on the 24th of December. And the Christ child normally is portrayed by a female. So here we actually should not have those troubles with being the fat man a fat man.
Actually, Kermit, I would disagree. It's not a lie. It's just a um, recreation. So,
Okay, I think I'm here.
yes, you are.
Hmm.
What's going on this
Good
afternoon?
morning. Good morning. Oh, I am just fighting the dreaded diverticulitis.
Oh, yes. Unfortunately,
And,
I understand all too well.
mhm, yeah. How's my sound quality today, by the way?
It's not bad. It's not great, but
Okay.
not bad.
Okay. The missus sent me an old pair of Bluetooth earbuds, so I'm trying
Cool.
those out today to see if they're any better than the normal shenanigans.
And yes, Resolute Germ, it's a folk tale. And yeah, not quite true as far as that goes, but you know, everything's open to interpretation. Not quite history. Trust me, I've known enough people who actually know history, particularly one who's well, I know several who happen to be Native American, but one who happens to come on these streams, and I can honestly ask her. And there are times that she would agree, and yes, but to say it's a complete lie, no, because the modern Thanksgiving is not based on uh, what it's claimed to be. So, you know, it's just a time to gather to celebrate with family and loved ones and to be thankful for what we have. And that is something that I think we need to do more of. Um, it's funny because I've been uh, talking since JJ died. I've been talking with a few more people a little more often than I had been. Um, yeah, it just kind of got to me. Um, oh, in fact, I had been talking to him about a stream sometime, but it wasn't set up, nothing definite, just talk. Uh, and Professor Brady Specs, good morning. You have a critical question. Where is all the antimatter? Well, we
Oh,
got
the
a
thing
pen. So
about antimatter is it doesn't matter.
well, see, and yes, Kermit, you're correct. Uh but the story of Pocahontas is not the history of Pocahontas. That's unfortunately, yeah, not the same.
I'm pretty sure Disney's Pocahontas won't give you an accurate account.
I mean, if you're wanting a history story, it ain't gonna be from Disney. I'm sorry, not in any century. Um, you know, maybe back when they were doing some cartoons we can't even talk about because they made some really bad cartoons back in the day. Dark.
Are we talking about? Are we talking about a tune of the Not North?
Correct. And you know, um, you know, we're not talking under the sea. So,
Uh,
yeah,
Jeff, Richie Poole is suggesting that maybe you should squint a little harder.
that's true.
Then you might see some. You can see anything if you squint hard enough.
That
Disney's
sounds
not that
nasty.
dark, Kermit. I mean, look at all the
Oh,
look
trust
at all the
me.
Disney movies over the decades. They take Grimm's fairy tales and they turn them into happy-go-lucky rainbow sprinkle tales by comparison.
Oh God, yes, and yes, the particularly the current company is. Uh, uh,
Well, if Disney is really really dark at the moment as well, that's probably because they can't pay the power costs anymore and can't turn on the lights.
Oh, Captain
They're
Truck, I
broke as
am
all
catching
get
up
out
at
of Disney.
2 times speed. I'm about 13 minutes behind. I wait your audio answer with bated breath. Audio answer to what?
That's a good question. I'm sure he'll let us know when he gets there.
Oh, the antimatter question. You know what? We ought to start all talking fast. That way, when he catches up, he'll just be going, "What the fuck am I doing?" Because I'm listening at 2 times speed, and he's talking too fucking fast.
Now you sound like a chipmunk to him. Or maybe we should talk slow and sound normal to him.
Are you out of your mind?
I like the flight of the bumblebee better.
I would say, however, that as far as antimatter, why don't you create a machine which will turn matter into antimatter? How about that? That way you can have your antimatter.
Well, you'd have to figure out what antimatter is before you could create some.
This is true.
It's purely theory and postulation at this point, as
Yes.
is about 90% of all scientific theory. Not that you'd think that, the way they spurt it as fact.
No, I absolutely abhor that. You know, it's one thing, to say, okay, well, we have evidence of this. Fine. Okay. I accept gravity. It's not a constant on every planet. But yeah. Then there are some theories out there that are just kind of wackadoodle.
You mean like the one that we're constantly hurtling upward through space on a giant pizza? That kind of theory.
Of course. Yeah, exactly. And of course, antimatter is dangerous. Of course it is. That's why
How can
scientists want
antimatter
to
be
create it.
dangerous? We don't even know that it exists.
Exactly.
How can it be
You can't
dangerous?
say
We don't
it
even know
is
that it
dangerous. It's a
exists.
theoretical. Let's see here. I remember a
But
story
saying
that a car found on fire in one parking lot at one of the hotels at 3 a.m. I think it was ruled an accident. Well, actually, I have seen a car that was burned. I can't say it was at 3 a.m. I don't remember what time it was. But it turns out there was a short in the system. Something happened. It just so happened to spark at the right time. I don't know what set it off. They weren't sure either. And the car kind of burned. So accidents do happen. I'm not saying it was, but accidents do happen. Right now, there's an anti-coffee in my coffee pot. I need to rectify that situation. You are correct.
yeah, anti-coffee is terrible stuff.
Anti-coffee does exist.
Londell Jones says antimatter does exist. Ask any physicist. Well, if you asked any physicist 200 years ago if the world was flat, they probably would have told you it was. My question to you is, why don't you ask any physicist to present evidence of antimatter? Then we can have a discussion, sir.
Correct.
Well, but
Until there's actual evidence.
There was just an evidence of antimatter. Captain Trek said it himself. He had this car that went on fire, and antimattered who put it on fire.
Oh dear. That's bad, even for you, Mar.
I know. I'm just trying my best here with what I have.
We're all trying our best, sir.
Uh, let's
Habeas
see here.
corpus, Jeff. Show me the proof.
Now, there's something I'm going to look up real quick. I normally don't, like I said, I don't get political on my channel, but I'm going to look something up to absolutely, because I want to show
Yeah,
proof of stuff.
I ducked
So,
on Church Life this morning because Salty was just rehashing old political jargon. He was just sounding off again.
Oh,
Wasn't interested.
Joseph, that depends. If you have a sexy auntie like Spider-Man, the new Spider-Man,
Yeah,
then she totally matters.
well, unless she's your actual auntie, in which case you'd just be a very frustrated young man.
exactly.
Well,
Somebody else's, if it's somebody else's auntie, then go for it.
that might also depend in which universe you are living. I mean, uh, Game of Thrones, they didn't really care about relationships, family relationships.
Anything goes there.
And I think in some places around the world, you might find it the same way.
Mm.
Of course, they wouldn't
Kermit is
really
saying,
talk about it.
yeah.
Hey, Joe, I
What happens
just
at
laid my
Winterfell
sexy
stays at
auntie.
Winterfell.
Well, let's say
Uh,
you get married, and technically her side of the family becomes your family. Therefore, their in-laws. So,
Kermit says it was at a Disney car park that happened, along with that fist fight that went viral for a hot minute. He says, imagine if that made the news. Imagine the darker stuff that doesn't make the news.
oh, there's a lot of stuff that doesn't make the news. I mean, a lot.
Oh,
Why?
you mean like self-driving SUVs that murder people with nobody actually driving? That kind of news.
Yeah.
It was a terrible quote unquote accident. Yeah, sure it was. Or maybe it just wasn't a white guy that was driving. Anyway, that's as political as I'm getting today. Next question.
All right. Let's see here.
Jeff says antimatter exists. It does exist, and we know what it is. It is just exists in much lower quantities than it should. Show me the proof. That's all I'm asking. I'm not saying you're wrong, Jeff. I'm just saying if you're right, show me the proof.
Yeah. Well, Joseph. Yeah. Thank you. We're aware you do. Um,
Jeff, I'm not confusing dark matter with antimatter. I'm just asking for proof. That's all.
they are very different things. You are correct. Theoretically, they're absolutely different things. They're different theories.
A hadron collider created antimatter. Great. Show me the proof. That's all I'm asking.
I've
Show me the
I,
proof.
I've I've seen the statements that have been released, but you know, I don't know how. Honestly, I don't know how you show the proof. It's just difficult to do.
Well, Elihu says the very first proof for existence of antimatter came in the 1920s through the work of British physicist Paul Dirac. Thank you, Elihu. That's more what I'm looking for. Now I've got something I can actually look for.
Thank you. Yes.
Good morning, Darth Hester.
This is why I like Elihu on the stream, because he will give evidence when they, that you can actually look something up.
Elihu says 511 keV gamma rays is proof of the existence of antimatter in the universe at large. So is 511 keV antimatter? Jeff says, about 3 minutes behind now. Almost there. Almost there. Stay on target.
Let's see what happens. I guess he's gotten beyond the part where I was talking fast. Wonder what he has to say about that.
And Kermit, about those robots that can reproduce, I think it was micro robots or something like that. And if they finally get them working as they should, then probably we get some help with some illnesses and stuff like that. That would be great if they could clean the blood flow and stuff like that.
We will become the Borg.
No problem with that. No problem with that.
We'll be in perfect health, but we'll be assimilated,
As I say, I can live with that.
Good morning, Robert Rose Jr.
Morning, Robert. And Jeff says to Richie, we don't know. We don't have direct proof that dark matter exists. We have evidence that it should be there. Yeah, but that's not proof, is it? Evidence, but it's not proof.
No, I'm not going to go into that. Anyhow, what is going on today? I hope everyone is enjoying their weekend. It still should be the weekend for most people, except people in Australia or a few other places. It's almost Monday in Japan, but hey. And Resolute Germ says,
excuse me,
those robots are still too large for the bloodstream. Trust me, they're working on it. They are working on it. If you think they're not, yeah.
When the medical industry starts injecting robots, I'm out of here. I'm leaving the planet.
Trust me, I wouldn't mind that myself. Oh, dark matter and dark energy. My every morning after first coffee and smoke. Oh Lord, really? You're going there, Yosef? You're going there.
Caffeine in your lungs and caffeine in your blood and smoke in your lungs. Sounds like a dark morning to me.
Trying to bring some brainy topics to the conversation, hoping that one would spark Dr. Alex's comment. I don't know if Dr. Alex is still in the stream. He is busy editing, so sometimes he will pop in and out while in between tasks. So that is, and he's caught up. Cool. So
how did the slow-mo talking sound, Jeff?
Would be interesting though if slow mo sounded weird. He was trying to sound weird. Trust me.
Well, I always sound weird. I'm British. It's in the accent.
Okay, I have a question. Why is it
Oh, no.
that British people have a British accent except when they sing? When most
That
of
is
the
a
time
very astute observation, sir.
they sound
Um,
American.
yeah, there's this weird thing about British people wanting to emulate American singing. I don't know why. There's always been this kind of sort of fondness of American media in British culture. Round about the 80s, we started importing a lot of American TV. And of course, American singers have always been pretty kind of popular and famous here. And I think it's just, particularly as you're growing up as a kid, you see all this American stuff in your culture and you just kind of want to emulate it because you think it sounds cool. And so I think it just sort of stems from that. Although there was in the sort of like the late 90s, there was a surge of very British sounding accents in the music industry.
Cool.
We have bands like the Streets, um, singers like Lily. Oh, what's her name? Lily something. Her dad's an actor, pretty well known actor in Britain, and I can't remember his freaking surname. But there was a sort of a growing culture of British people singing with British voices, although it never really took off the way that the American sounding singing has. So it's not quite as pervasive as it used to be, the American thing, but it's still pretty strong. Dry your eyes, mate. There's plenty more fish in the sea.
Well, there are places that I had wanted to visit if money were ever an option, and now it may never be an option, even if I had all the money in the world.
Mhm. That sucks.
And good morning, the Bosco scenario. How are you guys, Gar?
Kermit, how did you like England, or did you hate it? I'm curious to know. And what part of England did you go to, or parts?
Let's see here. By the way, since you live there, can you get me in to see the bell?
Well, Big Ben.
Yes.
Um, I'm not sure. That might be a job for Nicolas Cage. He's good at breaking into places where they store large bells. Although you probably have to tempt him with a copy of the American Constitution or something.
Yeah. I just laugh when people say, "Oh, I went to see Big Ben." Really? No, you didn't.
Well, technically they did. I mean, Big Ben is still in the
It's the
tower, even if
fucking
they think the
Tower of
tower is Big Ben.
London, or whatever they're calling it now, Elizabethan Tower.
They may think that the tower is called Big Ben, but even if they're looking at it, they're still looking at Big Ben. He's in there, you know. So technically, they're not wrong. I'll give him a little bit of a little
And
bit of leeway
Elihu
for
says,
their
"Fun
ignorance.
fact: only about 9 people have seen Big Ben physically with their eyes last year." And yes, that's correct. Big
That
Ben
is correct.
is a bell.
Mm. Kermit says he loved England so much. Well, I'm glad. I'm glad to hear that. Oxford and London. Oh, geez, dude. Oxford, yeah, I could maybe go for Oxford, but London is just big, grey, and horrible. I hate London. Horrible place. Kermit says Big Ben is under renovation and may never be done. Well, I did not know that. That's interesting. And yes, Londell, if you're late to the party, Big Ben is the bell in the tower. Yeah.
You saw the bell? Wow! Wow!
No, he says. No, he says he saw Big Ben. I think that's one of his football playing mates that he talks to in the changing rooms. There's a reason they call him Big Ben. Some of his friends call him Tripod, but we won't say why.
Let's see here now.
No, Richie, Big Ben doesn't play for the Steelers.
Oh, Richie Poole, I love that. And how are you doing, Darth Hester?
Greetings, Darth. Nice to see you fangirling over Metallica. Enter night, exit light. Take my hand, off to Never Never Land. Robert Rose Jr. says, fun fact, Big Ben was destroyed in the kaiju movie Gorgo. Well, we must find Gorgo and send him the bill. That's just not cricket, sir. Resolute Term says, the only Big Ben I've seen is the quarterback for the Steelers. I spit on him. It's Darth, Enter Sandman. You're correct. I would expect you to know that, though, being a fangirl of Metallica. Kermit says, we did the tourist stuff when we went. Well, sir, if you ever come back to England, I highly recommend you find some more rural areas to explore. We have some extremely beautiful countryside over here, particularly further north. When you go to sort of like the last 100 miles or so before the Scottish border, there's a lot of great English countryside there. And then when you go into Scotland, mountains, hills, valleys, lakes, some very beautiful scenery. Very beautiful. If you want to go to a city, though, I recommend Edinburgh. Edinburgh is a nice city. It's a very pretty city, not like London, which is dirty and dank and horrible.
I'll just put something in the private chat. I was laughing because as you started singing, I was seeing this video clip there. And that's why I was laughing.
Oh, Lord.
I
I don't
going to
know
have a
who
look
did
at the
that.
chat, although it might break my internet. Oh, it's a Twitter thing. I will have to check that later.
Let me see. Maybe I can share it if.
Oh no, hell no. That's a no.
Okay.
Darth says,
oh, without audio, maybe, but it would lose all the appeal.
I'll share without audio. No problem.
Darth says, I used to be able to play the opening riff of Enter Sandman when I played guitar. Oh, that's cool, man. Don't go do 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 go don't go do 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 go don't do 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 do.
Whoa!
That's audio, not video, sir.
No, that audio came through my speaker, through my headset.
Robert Rose Jr. says, Go-Go was an interesting take on a kaiju movie. I'll have to check out the trailer on YouTube, Robert.
Yeah, I'm
I do
sharing
like
this
the
out.
kaiju movie.
Okay. Now, this is without audio, of course, so you won't have the full effect, but
Now Aberjam just needs to start singing.
yeah, the problem is that would also end up
Getting a
well,
All
strike.
I'm seeing is
yeah.
a blur. Is that a giant rooster or something?
I have no idea. It's a bird. Let's say it like that. Let's put it that way. It's a
It's a
bird.
bird of some kind.
Maybe it's a bird of prey. Who knows? By the way, bird of prey, that was your clue to say no, it's not a bird of prey.
I don't think Bird's here, so
Damn it!
uh let's see here. Uh Bird is still sleeping. Well, he wasn't sleeping before. He may have gone back to sleep. Uh ah, and we got somebody else backstage.
Good morning, everybody.
Good morning.
Good
How are you?
morning, Busco.
Good, man. Relaxed.
Oh.
Taking it easy.
And we lost Aberjam.
Damn, I didn't know I had that type of power.
Good morning, Six.
And good morning, Six. How are you this morning?
How's everybody?
Doing all right. How about yourself?
Good. Wife went out to do the groceries. Just finished my coffee and my panettone. And now I was like, hey, look who's on. See if I jump on for a bit.
No, I just decided to stream a little earlier this morning than usual.
All right.
And who did you buy the Black Album? And Enter the Sand Jam. You're funny, Aberjam. I don't know if you can hear us or not, but hey. Good afternoon, Aberjam. I heard a little sound. Now it sounds like he's in a mine.
I sound like I'm in a mine.
Now you're fine.
Okay, good, thank you. I tried taking out Link and then everything went to hell and back.
So what's going on this weekend?
Morning, Bucko.
Actually, I'm going to do a whole lot of gaming today. I'm going to try at least.
Cool.
Yeah. I'm actually loading up on something right now, but it's on Twitch, but not on YouTube yet. But later on, me and my friend Ryan, who I usually play Warzone with, duos. There's only 2 days left on that Verdansk map before they drop Warzone Pacific for the new Vanguard series. So see how that's going to go. It's apparently supposed to be anti-hack, where people that get caught hacking are actually kicked off automatically. But I'm curious to see how that works because Warzone lost about, I think it was like 60, almost 60% of their console players because of PC players hacking.
Oh,
Wow.
Yeah. Oh, like my buddy and I, we have like clips where people are actually invisible. You don't see them, or they have an aimbot and they're shooting you through the freaking walls and stuff. And
So this is PD like hacking console.
I did not catch any of that. Sorry.
let's try that again. What's that again, Aberjam?
So the PC players hacking console version.
Yeah. I'm completely against allowing PC players cross-platform with console players. Just keep them up. But that's the problem with the games. They die out pretty quick on specific consoles. That's why cross-platform between Sony and Xbox occurred, because there wasn't enough players to actually populate the servers and auto matchmaking. So they said, "Oh, let's do a cross-platform between Sony and Xbox," which is great. But then they added on the PC players, which is just opens a whole can of worms with patches. And Cinnabon Bunny, yes, Vanguard. It's not that it's terrible. It's still they're still doing updates on it. On the multiplayer maps, it's completely spawn camps left and right. I stopped playing because of that. But it is a cool game. It's gonna pick up. But I'm looking forward to Modern Warfare 2. See what they do with that.
For some games, it might be nice to combine that so that you can play on any platform.
Mm-hmm.
But you are right. When you have PC players, they tend to cheat a lot.
Yeah, it's crazy because that's why I'm like, they're saying, oh, the anti-cheat. I'm just it's only a matter of time until a PC player develops a way to crack that and start cheating. But you should check out on YouTube though. There's actual video of people getting caught hacking like live while they're live streaming. It's the funniest shit ever. Oh, how did that happen? Oh my god, they forget to turn off their mods.
There's a YouTuber called Anarchy HD who has DayZ servers, and he goes in there and he observes people hacking and cheating, and he'll do a good 20 minutes researching whether they're cheating or not, and then gets plenty of evidence, and then he'll confront them, and they'll be like, "What are you talking about? I'm not using cheats." And it's so funny.
Yeah.
Well, I have to admit, if I have a game that's single player, I play it the usual way and see if I can beat it. And after that, then I might use cheats to have an easier gameplay and start with a stronger character from the start again. But I never use them on any online games or anything like that, because that's what friends are for,
Yeah.
I don't call it cheating if one of my friends has a better character than I do and he helps me out in my quests.
That's what Eli just said. Right? He was playing yesterday, and the cheater was able to see him through the wall. Yeah. Exactly.
I have no problem if people want to cheat on their single player game. I don't care. The only person they're cheating out of fun is themselves. But I really have no tolerance for cheaters in multiplayer stuff.
Right. Yeah, I completely agree with you.
Anyway, I think I'm going to duck out. I'm going to let Captain come back on his own stream. I think it's only fair, and I got stuff to do anyway. So, y'all have a great stream. I'll catch you again soon, and thanks for the chat, Captain.
Oh, you're welcome. Take care, Aberjam.
Good seeing you, Aberjam.
So what's going on today? Let me get this off the screen. What's going on today, Resolute Germ?
Not much.
Hey, Resolute.
How you doing?
How did that watch party go yesterday?
Pretty good.
Awesome.
Yeah, unfortunately,
finally
with it
got a
being
setup
on,
that works.
was it being on later? I was fast asleep. I just I'd say I would have, even if I'd been there in the chat, it would have been like, okay, the chat window's open. Bye.
Yeah. I'm thinking about adding a second episode, going on an hour earlier.
Okay, cool.
Good. Yeah, now that I have a second screen set up here, it's even easier than it was with the streaming sites.
Okay, cool. 1 hour until like CNA stream. Good to hear.
Red Dead Redemption 2.
That's right. I love this
And
game.
we are playing poker.
This game is so relaxing.
The poker game?
Well, the poker game can go either way, right?
Yeah, I have no idea. I always thought I had good cards, but then I lost the game for better cards.
I actually, about 10 years ago on Poker Stars, I actually did the tournament where it was like a 3-level tournament online, and I got to the final tournament bracket where the top 25 players get to go to Texas, to Vegas for the World Series, and I made it to that one. I finished 300 out of 11,000 players.
Wow.
So I was like, but I fucked up by clicking on something I shouldn't have been clicking, to be honest.
Oh.
It got me a bit more, but yeah.
Let's check the notifications. I'm not seeing anything yet, but let's check the subscriptions. Shut up. All of a sudden, things pop up.
You're also broadcasting on Twitch, Captain?
Oh, yes.
All right.
Well, 3 more days till Halo Infinity.
And let's see here now. As soon as I become an affiliate on Twitch, I'll have to do something different, but that won't happen for a while.
I'm on 26 followers only on Twitch.
I don't remember how long I have, how many I have right now. I'd have to check it. It's like, I think there's like 30 something. I don't remember. Yeah, it's about 50 minutes till 57 minutes till he goes live, which is cool. That'll give me some time to go on, and then when it does end, I can just send everybody over there. So it's 8 a.m. Pacific. Don't think so. I'm sorry. Central Time's the only time that matters, so it's 10 a.m. And what are you playing?
Red Dead Redemption.
Ah.
And he hasn't shot anyone yet. So untypical American.
Well, that's probably because he's Canadian.
Yeah, game still plays in the USA.
That's right. This is like Louisiana. So, yeah, I'm all friendly. I greet everybody as I'm walking on by. Even the police officers. Thank you for your services.
Well, there's a lot of different places that only have one time zone, but Yeah. Also, places that have multiple time zones. I don't remember how many Russia used to have, but I know they cut back.
What's that? Bounty? Bounty poster. What's that? Seems like Mara wants me to shoot up people, so might as well be a bounty.
Oh Lord, Richie Poole, Richie, you're just. I performed a phase 1 search. Let's see here now. Phase 1 search and found around the universe. Really, you've been around the entire universe, but such a search assumes as the antimatter wishes to be found. Yeah, well, that's easy to find, Darth Haster. That's easy to find. It's also going to get you struck if you play it.
So, Richie Poole, if you are Otis, then who is your operator?
No one's whisking eggs. That is Bosco playing the game. Let's see here.
It seems like a very convenient out, Elihu.
Exactly. And good morning, Robert Green. How are you this morning? Jens, I wish I would love to have some scrambled eggs or an omelet, something like that with whisked eggs. Doing as well as can be, Rosetta. How are you doing? Let's see here. I wish Bird was around right now.
Where is Bird anyway?
I
Haven't
am
seen
not
him
sure.
in a couple days.
Well, he was over on Salty Stream, and well, you hate December. Well, I know you hate the last part of the month and the first part of next month. So yeah, understood. And Cinnabon Bunny said it snowed last night.
Nice.
Dude, you live where exactly? Oh, let's see here. Minnesota. Yeah,
That
you're
doesn't
a
snow
little
in
further
Minnesota.
north.
All lies.
North. Huh?
All lies. Never snows in Minnesota.
Yeah.
It's like saying it never snows in Montreal.
And Darth Haster, 14 rounds with Jose Cuervo. No hangover because you're still drunk.
Yeah, that was pretty good.
It's no
That bounty.
on Hawaii last night. Tech Observatory was covered. Cool. That is good to hear. I am going to go in and get myself some coffee. I don't know how long I'll be gone. Hopefully, I'll be back, but doubtful. But for Aravik, here you go.
Listen to me very carefully because I'm only going to say this once. Coffee. Black.
Coffee. Black. While I've got your attention, there are...
Coffee first. Well, this mentor would like another cup of coffee. I'm just gonna have to give up coffee. Want some coffee?
If I'm not mistaken, that's your third cup this morning.
Fourth, and on a day like today, it won't be my last. Coffee. The finest organic suspension ever devised. Commander, set a new course. There's coffee in that nebula.
Okay, I really need to re-edit that. Oh well. And NASA predicts wobble in the moon's orbit to cause flood surge on every coast in 2030. You're out of coffee, Aravik. Bad.
I'd be more worried about that flood surging thing if they hadn't been predicting it for decades. They just keep, like global warming, they just keep moving back the date.
Well, unfortunately, the whole bullshit about global warming, well, it's just that. So either, which I find funny, scientists will disagree on many things. So let's see here. We're either exiting an ice age, which would tend to lead to warming, or we're causing warming because of blah, 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 blah. And even though these things have been decreased, the temperature's still increasing. Sure. I call bullshit.
Yeah. Their big problem is they keep trying to mess with the computer models to get it to say what they want it to say, but they have to enter basically fake data to get it to say what they want it to say. They have such a high and mighty opinion of these models, but you're basically telling it exactly how you want the outcome to come out and to just backfill the info to get there.
Well, I mean, they're almost playing Sim Earth, and trying to say that it's fact when it's predictions of possible outcomes. When Steve worked in solar systems, I was a tech writer for him. I was going through those science studies on weather, environment, and power systems constantly. Yeah, I'm sure.
Just wait. I gotta get my.
And just a second.
Rarely do they say what they claim they do, and they really don't know what is happening. Yeah, that's true.
Fortunately, it's going to be quiet in just a minute, thankfully. Oh, nice to have family leaving. I mean,
I know the feeling. I know the feeling.
That's the best part about family.
This guy thinks he can get away. What the hell?
let's see here. It's going to be quiet in a minute. I got it. We'll expect an invite next time. Just kidding. No, no. Trust me. Sometimes I just like to have invitation only. Didn't necessarily advertise that. And there are times that people will get an invite.
And not show up.
Mm-hmm.
I know that. It is what it is. Don't let it phase you.
Oh, I don't. I mean, there was a time it was like, oh, I'll be on, blah, blah, blah. And I was expecting him to be on and going and then just being disappointed because they didn't show up. And it's like, now it's like it is what it is. If people show up, that's great. If not, hey, it's going to be a good day anyhow. But
is there any reason you're not dragging him, Bosco?
Yeah, I wanted the bounty. I want the money.
Really? You take a bounty that says alive instead of dead or alive?
Yeah, Canadian. What do you want?
well, he's Canadian. What do you expect? They don't believe in guns.
Oh, whoa. That misconception. We do believe in guns. We just believe in good gun laws.
The only good gun law is the one that issues guns to people.
Yeah.
Well, there are people that shouldn't have
listen,
guns.
I grew up around weapons, so you know, I'm not one of those against the whole thing, but I just don't. It is my personal opinion. I respect other countries, say laws and regulations or whatever, but for the normal common citizen to have an AR, what the fuck for? What do normal citizens need ARs?
The government.
The government. I guess.
That's the primary use for the Second Amendment.
Yeah.
It's not to protect you against any rando. It's so the citizenry has at least some hint of a chance to stand up against the government.
I guess that's where history comes in, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. No, I completely understand that, but you can't stay there and say that your country does not have a crisis with mass shootings and stuff because
a lot of those mass shooting numbers aren't exactly legitimate.
Well, I think
what
one
a
of the
mass shooting is
that is
mass
that
shooting
is one of
is
the
3
problems.
or more people shot in the same relative area.
And that's also what they classify as mass shooting, right?
Yeah, that's what they classify it as now, and it's like 3 or more. That would mean that there's a ton of quote unquote mass shootings that were not reported as mass shootings in history.
So, Chris, like I said, man, I'm not saying you're all crazy or anything like that. Don't get my words, my narrative twisted. Like I respect whatever, you know. Like I said, I grew up on weapons. I have weapons, stored safely in a safe and otherwise. But it all goes with education, right? And respect. Respect the weapon. That's how I was raised. Respect the weapon.
Mm-hmm.
It's its own living, breathing entity. If you don't take care of it, just ask Alec Baldwin. He says it wasn't his fault. I'm sorry. Anybody that's been around weapons, no matter how many people check it, you have to check it yourself.
Yeah.
Well, that's where we disagree. But that's having looked into things myself and how regulations are supposed to be handled on set. No. Should it be that he has to check it or the actor has to check it themselves? Yeah, I'd say yes.
Mm-hmm.
Are they currently? No.
Oh, Eagle Rider, believe me, I don't believe everything the media tells me off the bat. I'm just saying that's the whole thing, right? That's the illusion, right? That's what I said before. Like, they say mass shootings. What's a mass shooting? 2 or 3 or more? That really classifies mass, right? Wasn't it? It was Columbine that started all this whole numbers game, if I'm not mistaken, right? Correct me if I'm wrong.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. Would you guys say that the States is more divided now than it has been in a long time?
I would say yes.
Certain parts, yeah.
Yeah. That's what I get from being on
When
other
you get into the big
channels and
cities,
stuff.
yeah. The farther out you get from the major metropolitan areas and away from the coasts, it's not. It's places like L.A., New York, Seattle. That's where the crazies are. And they're trying to infiltrate into other parts, like in Texas, but there's enough people there to keep those lunatics in check.
Yeah.
Correct.
And they quickly leave most parts of Texas because they're accustomed to a nice, cushy life over in California.
Right. Yeah. Nah, man. Like I said, to each their own. I'm not really saying who's right, who's wrong on this whole thing. But I know that, believe me, I know that mainstream media is full of shit. That's 100%. Even here in Canada, it's a bunch of bullshit. But it's crazy how much of the population here just listens to government, right? And you have it's we're living it right now. And now there's actually a province here called New Brunswick where a grocery chain store is actually given the right to deny anybody of buying food who's not fully vaccinated. That is unbelievable.
Well, I saw an image on Twitter. Yes, I was on Twitter this morning of a grocery store that had a gate up. One side you had the vaccinated people, the other side you had the unvaccinated. Unfortunately, this gate was, basically like any metal gate, which had wide openings. I'm sorry.
Yep.
Does a virus respect a gate? Really?
Wait a sec. Eagle, you say there was an attempt in the early 1600s with front loaders. Well, I would have loved to see that. as a mass shooting. I mean,
You have to be freaking quick. Gunpowder. Yeah, no, it's crazy. And I agree with what Cinnabon said. Like, no matter who checks your weapon, you always check your weapon.
Exactly.
You always check your own weapon, man. You never, no matter who looks at it, you need to check your weapon. Did you watch this interview of Alec Baldwin? Did you watch that interview?
But there was other security measures that was completely forgotten. Like, for example, if you are supposed to shoot at a camera to get a better shot of the shot, then there should be what's it called? Not plexiglass, bulletproof glass surrounding the camera, so no one gets hurt behind the camera.
Oh, of course.
As so happened on the set of Blade Trinity, I think, where Jessica Biel had a shot with her bow and arrow straight on the camera, and she actually hit the hole that was in the glass, and she destroyed the camera. So yeah, there would always be precautions for that, so nothing would happen.
Leather trench coat. Actually, here in Montreal, we had a thing. We had a shooting at a college that I went to. A guy went in with a trench coat as well. It was during that whole thing after Columbine as well. He went in there with a semi-automatic and killed I forgot how many. I think he killed 3 or 4 people. And yeah, that was like in Montreal. That was insane. My mother-in-law was downtown at the time it was happening, and you don't usually hear about those things up here. So when it happened, it was like never before, But we had a mass shooting at a university where a man killed Polytechnique was a bunch of women. This guy just went inside and killed only women. He only killed women as well. That was the last one. That was huge.
Now,
he killed 10 women. He killed 10 women, yeah, and back in 1989.
Yeah, I mean, think about this. What would have happened?
That was in Montreal
Let's say 2018.
in 2006.
If people started wearing masks around.
Yeah. The Dawson shooting, yeah, exactly. It was in 2006. It was Kivmir Singh Gill. Yeah. He was all over social media before it happened. And social media, I guess it was Facebook.
Well, mass shootings in Canada are easy to check out because since 1959, where the first one occurred, it was only 9.
Yeah.
Till today.
Correct.
In Germany, it would have been 14 since the 1900s. Since 1900, it would be 14 mass shootings in Germany. And, 62 in the US since 1990. So for the last 30 years.
Like
I had a coworker, her brother was actually in the school when it happened.
For Columbine or
no, for the shooting, the one up here, yeah.
I like your I'm looking at Twitter at Mars post, and looking at Yitz's comments.
As I see it, there are three outcomes at the moment. It works, it doesn't work, or I get banned for it. If I get banned for it, then I completely delete my friendship that I had to that person. But if he says, yeah, no, I don't do that thing, but I will wish him a happy birthday on Twitter, then I'm completely fine with it as well.
Well, I happen to follow him now, so maybe it'll come up.
Because I think that would be a nice way to do things. Saying, yeah, I don't do YouTube, but I will wish him a happy birthday on Twitter. That would be completely fine by me. Because as I say, there is something that I do different than all the others did. I asked for someone else, not for myself.
You know, it would be
cool. Well, it would be cool. Either way. Cool.
Oh, trust me. Trust me. If that happened, which I have serious doubts it would, but if that happened, that would be my most watched stream ever.
Yeah, that'd be the highlight of the Brew, no matter if you're going the next 30 years.
Exactly.
And it would piss off some people who tried it as well.
Oh, that's true. That's true. I do enjoy pissing people off.
Yeah, they would totally be like, "Fuck you, Deej."
Take care, I'd
Let's see here.
Later in he's actually open to doing stuff like that just because he likes doing weird stuff.
Well, that's the hope that I had while asking. You know?
And with about 27 minutes until while Mike goes live, I think I'll go ahead and throw the link out because we'll just keep talking until he goes live or shortly before. And then anybody else can head on over there.
What's that? A StreamYard link?
Hey, Jens. Yep. They have some of the weirdest StreamYard links. I mean, imagine if you were to try to say it out, StreamYard.com/NKMYVVWYR.
But whom StreamYard is it? But whom StreamYard is it?
Mine.
Really? Oh, yeah. It is. Yeah, sure. Hop on, people. Because you said, and you can hop on this StreamYard till then. And I thought, what? To whom StreamYard is it? And I haven't checked this StreamYard, so. Meh.
And good morning, Rosetta.
Rosetta is driving again.
No, I'm not, you doofus.
She doesn't usually sleep at the wheel.
No.
I muted, which is kind of
No,
cool.
I think that's Bosco's game.
Oh, Bosco's game. Okay, cool. At first, I thought I was hearing me.
You can hear my audio of my game? Really?
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
Hold on a second. Tell me if you continue to hear it now. Is it good
I
now?
hope you guys
Okay,
are
that's
doing
good.
well today.
Sorry about that.
Good, I guess. Hey, Brightest Day, what's going on? How are you this morning?
Hey, Brightest Day. Hope you're well.
I haven't talked to you in a while. Why don't you click on the link? I know it's pinned at the top. That's one thing I made sure to do. And Cinnamon Buddy says, no offense, he's just not my type. Well, okay. Dare I ask, what is your type? Dear
Who's
Lord,
not?
what if I...
Who's not?
I was about to say, I don't think that's a smart thing to ask.
Well, I'm asking one specific person, and I actually trust him to not be too...
Me?
Exactly. Well, duh. That was a given. So any female, okay, Cinnamon's type is any female, apparently.
But she
Not a
doesn't.
bad type.
Wait. You gotta have some specifics. I mean, does she have to have a pulse? Can she be? Is there any body type preference, or are you gonna be banging the girls off like 600-pound life or shit? I mean, come on, what's the cutoffs here?
Obviously of legal age.
Yeah.
But are you going like 80-year-olds? Are you trolling the nursing homes, or
You cast as wide a net as possible and see what you pull up.
Can we
That's it.
not use the word pull in referencing this, please?
Yes, because she prefers using handcuffs. Prefer
Blind and deaf.
Really? I would have gone with mute.
Thanks. That's what gags are for.
Yeah, but you can't keep gagging all the time.
Let's sit down with that shit.
Let's see here. Robert Rose Jr. says 2 or 4-legged.
Oh, shit. Hey, even I didn't go that fucked up.
Correct.
And you know something's wrong with you if you're being more fucked up than I am. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, you are a pretty good bar for the level of depravity.
Correct. And I would definitely guarantee 2-legged.
Yeah, 4-legged is really awkward.
Unless it's conjoined twins, then maybe.
Would it be considered a
one-legged? Amputee ladies need love too. And they're not going to run away as easy.
Oh my god. Oh my god.
There is a fetish for amputees.
If I were monetized, this stream would have been demonetized.
I'm just saying, you do know there's a fetish for amputees, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
I also know that there's a fetish for fat guys, but yeah, none of the ones that have been interested in me or
Wait.
my type.
There's a fetish for everything under the sun. It's
Just
a
Rule
matter of
34
finding
it.
that one
Just
person
Rule
that
34 it. And trust me,
has
there
a
are
fetish
places
for
that'll
what
help
you
you
are.
find people to work with you on Rule 34.
1.5 legs, actually. No amputation above the knee.
That's a very weird specific.
Well,
I guess he still wants that knee point to hold on to keep the legs apart. I mean,
probably would help. Besides, it is easier for an amputee to get a good prosthetic if you have a below the knee amputation.
Lord, I
above.
apologize for this conversation.
Gotta have standards.
Absolutely.
Oh, Lord. I am just amazed at how many it's funny, last night I actually had more people on this stream than I thought. I was just amazed by it. Hopefully that stream will get more views because I don't care so much about the watch time as I do to at least view it and check out the links that are there.
Mm-hmm. Good thing that you brought up more views. I'd like to thank everybody that's resharing those links I set on Twitter with JJ and stuff.
Yeah.
Those we did together. I really appreciate everybody that's doing that. Thank you so much.
It's funny. I mean, you mentioned JJ and yeah, I've been talking to a few people. It's just something that has been, I don't know. It's been difficult dealing with because I can go for a while not talking to somebody and things are fine, but then all of a sudden they're gone and it's like, now I can't ever talk to them again.
It's surreal, and what like I repeatedly say on many streams when we talk about him is it's amazing the amount of people that he knew and he touched, right? Like he was, I never knew he was like the mods of mods for like the longest amount of time at all.
Oh, yeah.
He started moderating and he streamed his first times back with me back when I was starting my channel in 19.
That's crazy. That's
crazy.
Yeah.
And Darth Haster. Good morning, Brightest Day.
Good morning, Brew Crew. How is everyone this fine Sunday morning?
Doing good.
Doing well, thank you. And
not in church.
Not in church.
Cinnamon Buddy, how are you today? Darth Haster, just in case anybody is not subscribed to you who's in this channel, please post your link. Or beat Brightest Day to doing it, because he's usually the one to do it.
I haven't been able to type lately, so let's see how this goes. Boom. Got it.
That's what happens. Gun?
I use the Gatling gun.
Yeah.
Are you talking to Pasca?
No, the game right here, I got ambushed by a bunch of freaking raiders and they had a Gatling gun and I'm trying to see if I can use it. I can't.
Oh, it sucks. You should totally be able to just rip that off. That's RDR2, right?
Yep.
Yeah, I played a little bit of that. I haven't gotten too far into it.
This is my second time around. I'm just doing different scenarios where I was the nice guy last time, the bad guy now.
I prefer my games to be at least 20 years old before I start playing them.
Oh, vintage. I see. Yeah, just like good wine. Yeah, I hear you.
All right. Why 20 years old? Let me ask that.
I think that's just I was just making a joke.
I know.
I play a lot of retro games, so
yeah.
And I just figured that I'm playing Diablo 2.
Oh my gosh!
They released the resurrected version, and Diablo 2 is like 20 years old, and I just realized that.
Wow.
Yeah, just in case you wanted to feel old.
I like the first Diablo the best, but I've tried to play it again. And now with all this modern technology and everything, it just got so fast that I can't barely do anything in the game anymore.
Yeah, Diablo 2 was kind of like the it's one of those rare instances where the sequel is the best, because 3 is not my cup of tea. Like, I played it once and I never played it again. But I played Diablo 2 a million times.
Yeah, I didn't get one with Diablo 2.
Good morning, low specs Linux laptop.
That is true, Cinnabon. It does take a couple decades for him to fully patch games nowadays.
Yeah, that's exactly.
What, you think they're ever going to be fully patched?
I think it's better when games like run just well enough, but they still have their little warts where flaws like exist and you can see them, but they don't affect how you play the game.
A Romulan woman. Romulan could be an interesting choice.
It's just crazy.
It's too much like dating a crazy girl.
Yeah, but Vulcans are not logical anymore.
No. Vulcans are logical. The whole disco universe is illogical.
I can't believe I sat through 2.5 seasons of it with my ex. Like, it didn't make sense at all. And like, let me frame this. Like, my trek is DS9 with a little bit of Voyager, and that's pretty much it. But even like knowing that a lot of this was just member berries, it still didn't make sense from a logical perspective. And I'm looking at my ex like, why are we watching this again?
Well, they're not really member berries per se. They'd be more like spoiled member berries. They try to drop indies past stuff, but they get it so damn wrong that you just want to line them up and push them into the ocean.
Yeah, there's got to be a term for that, where they try to throw in something that's a reference to something that came before, but it really isn't what it was. I gotta come up with a term for that. Other words than bait and switch.
And yes, Mr. Lundell, I tend to agree. Don't let that Vulcan aloofness fool you. Underneath that logic is a super freak waiting to be unleashed.
Rosetta, I'm sorry, you were going to say something?
I just said idiocy was their reason. But hey.
You are not wrong.
And yes, Cinnabon Bunny, that is in that unrealistic universe what it's called.
I don't know. Navarre Love Slave just doesn't have the same ring to it.
No.
Yes, it would. You're penetrating the mind as well as the orifice.
Ooh, kinky.
Orifice penetration.
Might be interesting. Although, never mind.
That's
It's
basically
not
what they
going
tried to
there.
do in Demolition Man, right? With the headset. Like halfway there. Oh, actually, that's what they did in Cyberpunk. If you go through the Pan Am Palmer romance line, they kind of have that. Hi. You wind up both neurally linked to the same hover tank, and then that happens. So that kind of fulfills that. Hi.
And who's that?
This is my ferret, Rufus. He's out and about for the morning.
My dad used to use ferrets to hunt rabbits.
Mm-hmm. There's a channel that does that. It's I think it's called Sunrise Ferreting, or at least that's the name of the video. It's literally just he's got like a ferret cam, and it follows the ferret as he chases the rabbits through the tunnels.
Oh, that must be freaking crazy.
Yeah.
I remember my dad just would put one in, freaking the other. He would like find the other hole, and the freaking rabbits would like come out from freaking groves, man. All you heard was pop, 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 and that's it.
Okay, all right.
Guess what we're having for dinner tonight? Rabbit.
The channel name is Zeus Polecat, which is actually a better name.
Zeus Polecat. Okay, check it out.
And yeah, that's all it is. Is this guy's got a farm, he's got a ferret, and he sends the ferret after rabbits. And you know, when the rabbits come out, he kills the rabbit off screen and cleanly. But it's still an interesting channel.
It's crazy. You can't show that stuff because you're gonna hurt people's feelings.
Mm-hmm. Doesn't look like he's uploaded anything in like a year, but
even this game got like, because they show the skinning and everything, and there's activists that, you know, that's why they have the option where you can just disable it.
I need to get back into that game. I need to find time to devote to a long form game now. Once I'll probably wrap up Diablo by the end of the year. I should probably get into something long form for next year.
I play this game just to relax because, you know, you don't even have to do the missions. You can go around getting, you know, in order to get the suits, you have to like kill certain animals and skin them and then bring them to an outfitter and does them for you. So.
Yeah, like Assassin's Creed or Horizon Zero Dawn, same kind of thing.
Exactly.
Oh, this is interesting. I mean, obviously, it shows he hasn't uploaded in a year, but he's still getting high views.
Yeah, well, I mean, it's evergreen content, realistically. And it's cute animals, so that thumbnail is going to get clicks.
Yeah. Cool little fuzzy animal, and then you see what it's being used for.
I'm traumatized. They're not pet rabbits. They're not pet rabbits. They're wild rabbits. And yes. Thank you, Resolute Germ, for putting that link in. I do appreciate that.
Okay. Oh boy. Hold on. There's a TikTok, and I hate to go for TikTok, but I want to find it somewhere where it'll be right up Cinnamon's alley. It's actually kind of funny. Give me a few minutes.
No problem. And what are you doing, Rosetta?
Right now, shopping for special gifts for people.
I'll take cash. That's just fine. You know.
Yeah, not you.
Cash is always best.
Besides, this has to be done on a gift card somebody sent me for my birthday because I have no money for gifts because of the cat stuff. So I'm using my gift to send gifts to people. That's a new level pathetic, isn't it?
No, actually, it's not.
No, just consider it a more complex form of regifting.
Exactly.
As long as you're not sending fruitcake, it's fine.
No, fuck that shit.
Fruitcake.
So the only time I've ever had a fruitcake that was not nasty as hell was actually a homemade fruitcake.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Anything you get out of a store, in my experience, has been garbage.
Unless you like dunk it in your coffee or whatever warm beverage, moisten it up a bit.
All right, so I've got it. This has got a little bit of foul language in it, but if you're all right with that, we can share screen.
Okay. Oh my God. I've lost my mind.
All right. Here we go.
I think he can handle foul language if you let me on here.
Ma, come outside. There's a fucking moose or a buffalo or some shit they're fighting. Where the fuck are you going? Ma!
Buffalo.
Holy shit. This is some fucking National Geographic shit. Ma, call a fucking cops to the ASPCA. There's animals fighting in the front lawn.
Guy sounded from Jersey.
Oh my God. And yes, Cinnabon Bunny.
He sounded like Jason Mewes.
Let's see here. Mr. Lundell says, hate fruitcake with a passion.
Mm-hmm.
Cinnabon Bunny, fruitcake should be illegal. Agreed.
Hey, what's up, Little Spec?
Hopefully you're having a good day, Little Spec. And I think with that, I'm going to go ahead and send everyone on over to Vile Mike stream, which should be starting in about 3 minutes. Now, does he ever start on time? No. He's going to be late to his own stream. He's worse than Bird. But go on over to his stream. And yes, they tried to make TikTok illegal, and I think they still should. But
right,
then
guys.
you'd have to outlaw stupidity. So anyhow, thank you all for coming. Have a great day, and I will see you over on Vile Mike stream. Talk to you later.
Yeah,
Bye, everybody.
And watch out for Bird
Bye.
stream later.